Okay, good afternoon. So today we're going to see about the information model in telecommunication network management subject. So as we already seen about the different types of network model. So the network management is categorized into four levels. That is, the first one is the organizational model, and the second is the information model, and third is the communication model, and fourth is the functional model. So as we know, the first three, that is organization model and information model, communication model. So it is used for network management and to manage the network services. And the last model, so that is the functional model. The functional model, so it is used for the fault management and for security purposes. We have used the functional model. So we already seen about the organization model in detail. So it contains the three type of architecture. The first one is a two-tier architecture, and second one is a three-tier architecture, and third one is the network management organization model is the MOM method. So the MOM is nothing but master of master. So today we're going to focus on the information model. So information model is concerned with the structure and storage of information. So for example, consider so the how the information is structured and stored in a library, and it is accessed by all the using the ISB number. The ISB number is nothing but the International Standard Book number. So it contains the 10-digit uh, identification number, which refers to the specification of the specific book. So for example, take it as the ISBN. There is the 013437708. So it refers to the book of understanding the FNMP of IMP. So like that, so the book specification, it helps us to identify the book, and also sometimes we can able to identify the book chapter figure with the example of the figure 3.1. That means that so the figure is belongs to chapter 3, and it is a first picture which is comes under the chapter 3. So likewise, so each has some unique identification, so in order to identify the data. So an ISBN chapter, figure, so everything is contained some syntax need to be followed. So and also, so that is the main thing. So when we are following the some syntax, so we can able to easily identify the meanings of the process. So likewise, so here the information model is mainly focusing on the structure and storage of the management information. So the first thing is the SMI, that is the structure of management information. Here they defines about the syntax and semantics of the management information. So syntax is nothing but it's a set of rules which need to be followed, and semantics is nothing but it's all about the description of the options which is available in the syntax. For example, if you take this a network, so when we are get the information of the our laptop, so we simply they type the IP config in order to get the IP address information. So what is your IP address and what are the addressing scheme is present in our laptop. So we'll use the IP config command. So when you type the IP config space L, so it will show the syntax. So how the syntax need to be given in the terminal. So they will give the IP config space option. That means that so inside the first we have to give the keyword of IP config. After that we have to give the options. Though the options might be the -A or -H. Though -A it means that it will display all the information. So as you can see in the help page, so they will go -A and they will give the small description. So the description is for semantics. So here the all the data will be stored in a structured manner with the description, that is the SMI. And then is the IME. So IME is a information base. So information is base is called as the management information base. That is the IMA. So the IMA is used by the both agent and management process to store and exchange the management information. So the IMB which is associated with the agent is called agent IMB, and the IMB which is associated with the manager is designated as the manager IMB. So as you can see, so the SMI is defined for the management object. As we know, the management object is nothing but the network element. So the network element might be have a switch or router for any network devices. So the SMI mainly gives the information of syntax and semantics and plus additional information of the status. So from the example, as you can see, it gives the information. So the system description, there is a system, the name of the system is system one. So and gives the syntax, so it is a update string, and then it gives the semantics, that is a definition. So it is a textual description of the entity. So whichever entity we are representing, so the entity description will be given, that is called semantics. So the access and status are plus additional information which is given. So it's a read only means they are giving the user only the read only access. So like with the data, they are giving the additional information to the manager. So here the manager information base. So as I said before, it contains the information. The information base contains the information about the object. So object is a network element, and also it organized by the group of the related objects. So it grouping uh, the object into two types. There is a managed object and unmanaged object. So in the managed object, so it contains the managing capability. Unmanaged object, it doesn't contain the management capability. That is a difference. So it groups the related object into single. So and also it explains about the relationship between the object. So here it is not physical database. So the database is a virtual database. So it is compiled into the management module. So as I said before, it contains the two agents. That is the agent MIB and agent manager MIB. So if the MIB is associated with the agent, then we can call it as the agent MIB. If MIB is associated with the manager, then it is designated as the manager MIB. So the manager MIB consists of the information of all the network components and its managers. So where the MIB associated with the agent process need to know only its local information. So from the MIB view, using the MIB view. So here the MIB view. So here, as I explained before, they have given a small example. So for example, the country may have the many libraries. So the each library has the index of all the books and its location. So it's MIB view. However, the central index of the country main library, which manages all the other libraries, and also it has the index of all the books in the country library. So the global manager MIB can view. So it's simply that, so the central manager has the entire view and the local manager has the local information. So overall information will be managed by the central manager. So that is the MIB main view. So next, here they have described about the MIB view and axis of the object axis. So the image, the upcoming image will illustrate the network configuration with the data and the information base. So as I said before, the manager object has many attributes and its information base. So here they will perform the several operations. So the operations also will be instructed by the manager. So here the user or the manager can able to view and perform certain object to the user using the agent. So agent will grab all the information and it will send those information to the manager as we seen in the previous classes. So in the organization model, so the manager will request for the data, the agent will process to grab all the data related to the object and it will send to the manager. So the manager will collect the data and process it and store it in the databases, that is MDB, that is a management databases. Those same operation will be followed here. So, and as you can see here, the difference of MDB and MIDB. So, MDB is a physical database. So, it contains all the information of the managed object. So, MIB is a temporary databases, that is a virtual databases. It is also manage the information base, but it will store the temporary base which is required. So, the main data all will be permanently stored in the physical databases. So, for example, when you are taking at the network devices, so the device information will be stored in the IMB. So, and all the device features, for example, if you are connecting on devices, so whether it is a switch or the router, those information will be stored in the IMB. So after identification of the device which is stored, so it will look for the IMB whether the device, the connected device is switch or router or any hub or anything like that. So the features of the switch, for example, after identification, it is a switch. So it will look for the all the available features like how many ports are available in a switch and what are the addressing scheme they have used, what are the protocol they have used, what are the systems connected to the particular network. Those information will be stored in the physical databases. So it is the overall about the information model. We'll see further in next classes. Thank you.